Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Northern Block Podcast. It is Monday, December 8th, 2025. Man, we're getting close to the Christmas season. I'm your host here, Nordic 97, joined with LeBlanc James. LeBlanc, how we doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good today.
Good to hear. And we have Tim as well. Tim, how we doing?
We're doing good. It's been a good day.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Okay, so we got some stuff to talk about here. We have a few things we're going to discuss as per usual. First off, we want to highlight a contract signing. Ryan McDonagh, 3 years, $4.1 million with the Tampa Bay Lightning. McDonagh is currently 36 years old. This will take him until he's 39, 40. McDonagh, so far this year, I think, has 8 points in 26 games played, I believe, with Tampa Bay Lightning. 6 points in 15 games played. I don't know math. But regardless, McDonagh, 3-year extension with Tampa Bay. How are we feeling?
What was the AAV on that again? Sorry?
It was like
$4.1 million.
4.1 mil.
Did we just not listen here?
I kind of spaced out, I'm not going to lie.
Does the solo episode just like you guys just like don't listen to me anymore? It's just you two. Should I just leave?
It got in our head, I'm not going to lie.
It
was a fun one.
Listen, for McDonagh, with the cap going up, I don't think this is as bad as, like, if the cap wasn't going up, I think that's might be a little bit of an overpay considering he's getting up there in age. But with the cap going up, I think it's a perfectly fine deal. McDonagh is a good second pair guy for Tampa. He does his job pretty well. He's number 2 on the power play as well. As the power play unit number 2 quarterback. There we go. Boom, I got it. I think it's a pretty good deal for McDonagh. He's been done well in Tampa. When he went to somewhere else, i.e. Nashville, he didn't do well, so he went back to Tampa, run it back. So I think he's done very well for the Lightning, and I think he's deserving of this contract.
Yeah, back-to-back Cup champions. He's been very underrated. 1,000 games played, 420 points. He's been good.
Yeah, I think the only, if there is ever, a downside to it, it'll be you're signing him from when he's 37 to 40. That's probably the only, downside to it. Other than that, he's shown, especially when he's in Tampa, he's just a glue guy in Tampa. He keeps everything together. He's just sound on the back end, provides a little bit of offense when he needs to, but he's just steady Eddie back there for him, and you could tell it's what they were missing those years he was gone. He came back, and Tampa looked kind of like Tampa again.
Yeah, there was a lot more sound on the blue line with him back there for sure.
Yeah.
So he's been doing good. So I just wanted to highlight that here really quick. The Heritage Classic, which is basically the Canadian knockoff of the Stadium Series. October 25th, 2026, Habs versus Jets in Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg. How are we feeling about this?
Well,
and I want to obviously point to LeBlanc first.
Well, let me just pull this out of the recycling bin. Because I feel like we've seen this before, but I think we're going to the Flames.
Yes, I think it was the Flames.
It was Flames, Oilers recently, whatever it was.
I don't know. Winnipeg, I feel like Winnipeg gets half of the outdoor games when we do the Heritage Classic because they have one of the bigger stadiums. That's where that's where the Bombers play. I like to see more variety. I like to see them because I don't think they've ever done an outdoor game in Montreal. I can't remember the last time they had an outdoor game in Montreal. I don't think they've ever done it. They did Ottawa once. They've done Toronto. They did Toronto recently, I think. 4 years ago now.
It was Toronto,
Buffalo, yeah. That was it. It was in Hamilton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Matthews got suspended for that slash on Dolly way back when.
Yeah. Vancouver, they did it about 15 years ago now. They recently had, I think it was in
that one. It
was in Calgary, I think. Or it was one of
Edmonton or Calgary.
Yeah, I just feel like the 3 places they usually go for these games are Alberta or Manitoba. I like to see them get more variety in there, and you can't tell me a Toronto-Montreal outdoor game would go hard. That would go hard.
Do they not? Do they do it every couple of years?
They do it every 2 years, I believe.
That's weird because they did one in 22 and they did one in 23, but now they didn't do one last year or this year. Really strange.
Yeah.
So I have them all pulled up here.
Yeah, Montreal is yet to host an outdoor game.
Yeah, you are correct. There's never been an outdoor game in Montreal or in Quebec. There's actually never been one in Ontario until 2022 when the Sabres defeated the Maple Leafs 5-2.
That's not true.
Really?
Ottawa played the Centennial Classic.
That's not a Heritage Classic. That's the
okay. I guess so.
So technically, they haven't had a Heritage Classic. But yes, you are right. They have played a game in Ottawa, and then there was a Centennial Classic too. But yes, there's never been one in Montreal. LeBlanc, they've only been to Winnipeg once. Though.
Really?
Yeah, they've only been to Winnipeg once.
I feel like it's Edmonton. They binge because I remember the first Heritage Classic was in 2003 and it was in Edmonton.
Yeah, they've been to Edmonton twice. They've been to Calgary once, Vancouver once. They've been to Saskatchewan, so that's cool.
Yeah, I feel like the Heritage Classic, like every year we get like the same, like it's not, I won't say the same teams. There's only the 7 of them you can pick from.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of options.
Do so much with.
I know, and like I'm gonna say this right now. I feel like the Heritage Classic. We always said the Heritage Classic for Canadians, the Winter Classic for Americans. I like to see the Heritage Classic get some American teams in there, though.
Yeah, they had Buffalo in there last year, but Buffalo's gonna get.
When I think of a Heritage game, like give me Chicago, Montreal, or Edmonton,
Montreal, Boston,
yeah,
out in Montreal,
Boston.
That would feed some families.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like maybe Oilers. I mean, I say Oilers Kings, but I don't want to see another Oilers Kings game in my life ever again.
One of those.
Even like Vancouver Seattle would be cool.
Yeah, Seattle would be nice.
Yeah, I just feel like you're getting two teams who don't really have much history together. Like we had that one playoff series where Mike Scheifele tried to kill a guy, and that's really about it. That's really about it. Like I don't see
under any other normal circumstances, they never play that.
Exactly. So I feel like if they were going to do Edmonton, they should have done like they're going to do Winnipeg. Excuse me. They should have done like even Winnipeg, Calgary, Winnipeg, Edmonton.
Winnipeg, St. Louis would have been nice.
Winnipeg, St. Louis, Winnipeg, Montreal, Minnesota. Yes, excuse me. It's been a long day. Those two teams seriously don't like each other. So why not? Let's put them outside where everyone can hate them in the fresh air. Also, the game is like in October.
October 25th. Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah, it's not going to have the same appeal as like the Winter Classic when it's in January with all the snow and everything.
Yeah, I get it. It's Winnipeg. It's cold.
It's on a Sunday. It's on a Sunday too.
Yeah. Yeah. Even on a Sunday during football season. Yeah, ratings are going to be sky high for that.
It is Canada, though. I will say that.
I still like the NFL is big reach here, dude. Like it's.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's a thing. It's happening. I can't say that I'm really excited for it, though.
So you're not going to watch it?
I don't watch the Winter Classic, so no, I'm not going to watch it.
Okay. You don't watch the Winter Classic?
I never watch the Winter Classic because it's on during the day when I'm at work, usually.
It's on January.
It used to be on the 1st every year, and then they didn't want to keep with college football anymore, so now it's on the 2nd. So it kind of lost its luster.
Yeah, it's on the 2nd this year. It was on New Year's Eve.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know how good this one's going to be with it being in Florida, anyways. But that's a different can of worms.
I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It could be interesting.
Like, I'll tune in. I'll try and tune in, but like, I feel like the Winter Classic is like, I always feel like the Winter Classic is for the Americans, and like the Winter Classic to me, like when they first started doing it, it was awesome. It was cool. Like that Winter Classic in Buffalo, where we had the Sabres and Penguins. That when I was a kid, that was peak. That was all time peak because the snow was coming.
Those blue Penguins jerseys.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, I know, and people still talk about them today. I see people wearing them out today. But I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more angles to these outdoor games.
I know we're getting so off topic here, but when was the last genuinely good Winter Classic?
Fuck.
Um,
I am willing to go.
Minnesota St. Louis.
Yeah, Minnesota St. Louis wasn't
That was good, but genuinely good. Washington, Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. Detroit,
2015.
Toronto was a good one.
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah, but that wasn't even the Winter Classic.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was. Yeah, it was.
No, that was the Centennial Classic.
No,
no,
not that one. The one at the big house, Tim.
Oh, that one. Oh, God.
2014?
2014?
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah, we're going back a ways.
Yeah.
But, like, that proves the point. Like, this game has lost its luster. It's just luster so much.
I mean, I'll always tune in, but, like, the last, I mean, like, Pittsburgh-Boston wasn't terrible.
Those
like,
were.
The last two have just been so, like, meh.
Like, was it, like,
Vegas,
Chicago,
Seattle
St. Louis?
wasn't
Didn't,
bad.
like, Chicago get smoked 6-1?
Yeah,
Well,
they got
first off, they always pick Chicago. Like, I see
There's that, too.
I have them pulled up here on my screen. I see so many Chicago logos and St. Louis logos. And then Vegas, Seattle, which was a cool idea, but the game wasn't good. Because it was
Wasn't that a-
3-0.
It's
It was
3-0
It was a
Seattle.
shutout.
And not only that, I think they closed the roof on on T-Mobile Park too. So it was like,
Yeah, they did because they
Really?
had to,
It's
because-
Seattle. Like, it rains in the winter. Like, it can't really.
Yeah, they didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
yeah, it's still annoying though, but it is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the stuff with the Heritage Classic. A Winter Classic would be a good discussion for another day. But speaking of like arenas, stadiums, etc., we got a Milan update with the arena going on over there. So I do have some things that you guys may not know that I heard today on Frank Saravelli's show. But Bill Daly said to Matt Larkin that if there is no rink, the NHL players will not go. And there is already growing concerns about this rink as a whole. And I know you guys discussed it on last episode without me, but there is a Board of Governors meeting this week with the NHL executives and the NHL owners and stuff like that. And this will be a main point of discussion. They're not only concerned about how it's like literally not built yet or the dimensions. They're concerned about how the ice may not be good enough and it's far below the quality that it needs to be. And that's how you see with some new arenas that are being built. But not only that, some of the things that are going on with it, like it's not up to par to what the NHL wants it to be. So, like, there's a legitimate chance, like, they won't go. I think they still do go, but there is a legitimate chance they won't go.
So, I got one thing to say. Pasquale, Salvatore, get your shit together. Get the arena built on time. You had so much fucking time for this shit, and now we're like, I don't think we're gonna go into code. I'm gonna call the fucking forum myself. The fuck is that bullshit? I'm sorry. We waited so long for the end of the batting limits. Nah, we're not gonna go because we can't meet deadlines no more. We don't. No, deadlines don't matter anymore. I forgot. That's cool.
You had
Well,
one
you know
job.
what I say to this? You know what I think about this? Like, the NHL didn't go for years. And then they come back and then this is the shit they have to deal with.
They're not going back if if they can't get it done, they're never going back.
Like, this will set it back like, I don't know about never, but like this
They
could
might
set
go
it back
back when it comes to, like,
a good 10 more years.
If the Olympics come back to like Canada, US, then they'll probably go because the ice will be good for that
Mm-hmm.
because they won't have to worry about the ice sheet, the ice surface, or anything like that. But like, yeah, you had one job, you had 4 years to do it, and we're coming up on you have 2 months, and you're still not going to get it done. Like, it's just, and we wonder why it took so long for the NHL to go back after all this stuff with like in Sochi in 2014. And now you're looking at it, it's like, okay, as much as we hate to admit it, maybe they had a point.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they had a point and they were right all along. And like I think in last episode, in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, maybe there's like a 15% chance they don't go. Now it's looking like it's almost 50-50.
40, I see 40-60, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting to that 50-50 range, which for the grand scheme of things for the game of hockey, it's not a good look.
It will be a absolute fucking disaster if they don't go to the Olympics.
Exactly.
An absolute fucking disaster for all parties involved. All parties involved. The players,
the IOC is going to look bad.
The Olympics will lose so much fucking money.
They already do lose. They already do lose so much money as it is.
They already do. The IIHF will lose money. The NHL will lose money. They'll probably gain it back. But not only that, there will be 2 weeks which is nothing.
There's nothing.
I was going to say, what are you going to do for that time? Like, the NHL's got to do something. Obviously, they'll have like an all-star game or something in New York or wherever the hell they'll come up with something.
They have to do it quickly, live from Cancun. I don't want that.
That's also why I think we might hear a decision on this soon.
Soon, yeah.
They're going to have to make a decision within the coming week. I would say a decision might come before the new year.
I'm not gonna. And if they don't go, first of all, it makes the IIHF look horrible. Like the IHL, I'm gonna say this already. I don't care what I say. The IIHF already is a joke. Like an actual joke. Because the fact that the IHL is supposed to hold people accountable, and they haven't held Milan accountable at all, and they're just gonna let it slide. And I think the funny thing I saw from this, I was reading a comment section about this. I said, why don't they just do it in Boston? Well, is Boston in Italy?
Bro, you have Biz being like...
Yeah, Biz was like, just play the hockey side in North America. That's not the point of the Olympics, buddy.
Yeah, and you don't get the same Olympic atmosphere.
I don't...
It's
low IQ. Jesus.
No,
this is... I thought it wasn't a big deal when we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Now,
I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Now, this is looking like a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the span of what? We talked about all this on Tuesday, James?
Yeah.
Just you and I, we talked about it on Tuesday. From Tuesday to Monday, just in the span of a week, it's gone from, no, this might not happen anymore.
Yeah, and I've never been able to see the Olympics. Sochi was 2012? I was 5.
It was 2014.
2014? Okay, I was 7. Big difference.
The other thing that I'm thinking about is, what's the effect, the trickle-down effect going to be? All these other leagues, you think about the AHL, the ECHL, hell, college hockey.
Mm-hmm.
None of these leagues were planning on their teams and players being affected by it. Now they might be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The AHL, I know there was no real break for that because they're not expecting their guys to go to the Olympics. If the NHL's going, none of your guys are going, so you'll still be able to play. You're going to lose all your guys. Now, everybody's... you're going to have to start canceling games and removing things around. College teams would get affected because there's some damn good Canadians and Americans playing in college hockey.
Yeah.
So in the ECHL, I can already tell you from being down there reporting things, there's a couple of players who are going and trying out for these teams. There's somebody on the Wheeling Nailers who is trying out for Team Italy, which I think is awesome, first of all.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that, if the NHL doesn't go, and I give credit to these players, they're going to try. They're going to try and go.
Yeah. The AHLers are going to try to go. The ECHLers are going to try to go. All these teams are going to try. All these guys are going to try to go.
The NHL Players Association is going to have a field day if they decide not to go too.
Oh, yeah, the PA is going to be pissed
because a lot of these players, it's their dream to go to the Olympics, and now they're saying, "Nah, we're not going to go." And they're like, "Well, fuck you." No, think the NHLPA would sue the NHL. I think they could. They
could. Would they? I don't know.
I don't know. If I'm the Players Association,
well, the players, they fight for the players, and I think majority of players want to go to the Olympics.
They do. Yeah, but you see, the quality over there and stuff. The NHL, at the end of the day, is trying to protect them. And I get why they would sue them.
They're doing it for the right reasons.
They're doing it for the right reasons. They're not doing it for the wrong reasons this time. I'll be honest. Would you be upset? Let's say they don't go to the Olympics. Hypothetically, they throw together a last-minute Four Nations again.
No.
I wouldn't be upset at that, but the thing is, we waited all this time, all the anticipation to go to the Olympics, and nah, we're not going. That would be so, that's just gut-wrenching.
Yeah, that'd be such a
for the fans, but for the players even more.
Yeah.
And you know what would make it so much worse? They're like, "Oh my god, we're so sorry. How about you guys come to the All-Star game and just fucking, do that instead?"
The player. I
Average
wouldn't be. A
10,000
lot of the
viewers.
players might boycott the All-Star game if that happens.
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
I can't believe this is turning into a reality.
Yeah.
So I do want to preface this crash out session we're having here could amount to nothing, just with the fact that the NHL still might decide to go, but this does feel like the NHL is going to pull out of this. It feels like they're going to, with just the conditions of the arena. And yeah, I don't even really know what to say. It's really unfortunate because I was really looking forward to this. I've been posting projected Olympic rosters on my YouTube channel, and I've been getting ready for that. And we'll probably do that. We'll probably do that here this month. But now what? There's nothing now. I feel like if they do this and they throw together a last minute Four Nations, that could maybe salvage this. But again, you got to work with the arenas too and see.
I was gonna say this. If let's say they cancel this, I'm gonna say this right now. The next two upcoming Winter Olympics are in the French Alps in France and Utah in 2034. They'll do Utah, the French Alps. They'll probably do the French. It says French Alps. I don't know what I don't know if that's what they're called or that's a place, but this is for the French Alps.
There might be something there.
A mountain range in France. That sounds fun.
Yeah, a borders the Swiss Alps and the Italian Alps. Real fucking specific,
There might be something in France.
Yeah.
But
France.
I feel like we're looking at 2034 is the next time we're going to be we'll see the Olympics with the NHLers.
Think about that. I'll be in my 30s.
I can't wait 8 years. I'll probably have kids by then.
Well, you say think about that. That'll mean no more Sidney Crosby, no more.
Yeah, this is their last hurrah.
Yeah, no Crosby, no Marchand, no.
Crosby, Marchand. Great. Now I got to think of
even I don't know. Are the Russians even going to the Olympics or no?
No, they're not going.
I didn't.
The Russians are just sucks to be you.
I saw something. It's who could really help the Italians right now, but they're not going to accept the help. Russians who know how to build hockey arenas.
Yeah. They want to.
We will help if you let us play.
True. That is true. I didn't even think about that. All right. So yeah, we wanted to bring that up again because there was some more reports on that. I'm sure we may be talking about it next week because the Board of Governors meeting is this week, and we do want to discuss that. But anyway, let's move on from that. So I want to start off with this because there was a report out of LA, by Cam Robinson, who said that the Los Angeles Kings and Pete DeBoer were getting close on a contract, apparently, or they were in advanced discussions of a contract for Pete DeBoer to become the head coach. And I heard that on Friday morning after I streamed the LA Kings just get shitted on by the Chicago Blackhawks. It was only 2-1, but they just played dog shit. And I wondered, that would seem possible. First off, I was thinking about it the whole day, and I'm it would make it'd be cool and all, but LA is so far out of their prime. They should have did it 2 years ago. Anyway, they deny. So Pete LeBron talked to Ken Holland, and he said that there is zero truth to those rumors, and that Pete DeBoer is apparently very happy with his current situation, just not coaching and being paid $1 million. So it would take a substantial offer for him to accept. So that was a report that we heard on Friday. Now, again, I do want to get your guys' thoughts on this, but the main topic at hand here is we're going to talk about which NHL coach gets fired first. But I do want to ask you guys this question. What would be your thoughts if Pete DeBoer were to go to LA?
I want to say this right now. It'd be funny because they asked Ken Holland, and Ken Holland basically said, "What you're talking about, Willis?" And then if they hire Pete DeBoer, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, I would just you just be caught in a lie." And I think that'd be hilarious because I love laughing at Ken Holland. It's funny.
Sure, Tim does too.
We like to laugh here. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think they'd be a good fit though for LA for sure.
I feel like it'd be like way past their prime to do that,
But
though.
here's the thing, and I want to mention I live with one of them. Quote: I hear every day how Jim Hiller is a domestic terrorist.
Oh yeah. Like I'm not
Theoretically, have to point that out. Theoretically,
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at coaches who should be fired, Jim Hiller probably at the top of that list, right?
oh yeah, he's the top of that list.
What about Andrew Brunette with Nashville?
I think he's there until they decide he's no longer welcome in the building. Like
I don't think Barry Trotz wants to fire.
I think
him.
Nashville knows what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barry knows what they are. He's whether he has a plan or not. Well, hell, he thinks he has a plan. Whether it's a good plan or not.
This is not a Barry Trotz discussion, but I feels like Barry's the kind of guy who's just like he's too nice to everybody. He's like, oh yeah, I'll keep you here.
Trotz is still acting like a coach. When he should be like a GM. I think we talked about that multiple times on this podcast where we said Barry Trotz is acting like a coach when he should be acting like a general manager.
Yeah. Adam Foote in Vancouver. Canucks are currently second last.
It's way like I can't see the Canucks giving up on a coach. Not even 40 games into his tenure.
I can because it's Vancouver.
It's Vancouver, but if they do it, I think Vancouver would already they're already on edge. They're always on edge. This would put them more on edge.
If they were gonna fire Adam Foote, I don't think they would have hired him in the first place.
Yeah. Like there's no. It makes zero. At the end of the year, if they fire him, that's fine. But like, not even 40 games into your tenure, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
Like I'm looking at the bottom of the West standings right now. They're all the bottom 5 teams here. I can't see them firing their coach. Nashville, I can't see it right now. Vancouver, I can't see it. Ryan Huska just got extended. I don't see a world where Lane Lambert is fired. Jim Montgomery, it'd be weird to see the Blues let him go.
No, they don't let go of Jim Montgomery.
I don't think they'll move him. I don't think they'll move Monty.
He's not at fault. That's the weird part. Buffalo.
Why is Lindy Ruff still employed?
Yeah. He should go, like, now.
But I feel like they're just going to hire somebody else. They'll bring in...
I'm going to preface this right now. Anybody is better than Lindy freaking Ruff, the dinosaur himself. He was their coach in the 90s when they went to the fucking Stanley Cup final.
He was the coach the last time they made the playoffs.
Yeah. How about Ralph Kruger, then?
Excuse me?
How about who?
Did I name a worse option?
Maybe.
Did you say Ralph Kruger?
Yeah, Ralph Kruger.
What their old coach that they fired?
What about Don Granato?
Listen, Don Granato got in the playoffs.
What about Phil Housley?
No, never again. Phil Housley might be the worst coach I've ever seen in my life.
What about Jacques Martin?
All right, listen, we don't disrespect Jacques Martin over here.
Yeah, so Buffalo, I'd say Lindy Ruff's up there. Scott Arniel. What do we think about Scott Arniel?
Him and I talked about this. I don't know if it was on camera or off camera. We talked about this.
It might have been a little bit of both because we brought up how the fact that they had that closed door meeting.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and I never get to talk about that. Yeah, they did have a closed door meeting.
Like, my whole thought process there was like, I don't know how much of this you can fully blame on Arniel when you look at the fact that
the team is
the guy who might be the actual MVP of the NHL, and he proved it last year, is out.
Carter would beg to differ. Carter does not like Arniel right now, but
I mean,
yes.
That's
I
fair.
think it's more on Cheveldayoff. I think it's more on Cheveldayoff than Arniel. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, we got into that conversation too of how Chevy he started good, but it didn't really do anything of notice the past year.
Bardner made a really good video on it. How he's had an overall good tenure, but the last 18 months have been really bad for him.
It's been
Steelers and then bringing in Taze and Nyquist. And if it weren't for them bringing in Taze, I don't think Lambert would have requested to leave because there would have been a spot for Lambert.
Yeah.
But now that Taze is there, Lambert, best case scenario, is a fourth line center.
Yeah. So I look at Winnipeg right now, and there are 2 points out of a playoff spot, and they have 2 games in hand on the team that has that playoff spot right now, which is Utah Mammoth. If they can just, be 500 until Hellebuyck comes back, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But
that's the biggest thing. Just treading water until Helly's back.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, they got Thomas Milik up there. But regardless, we'll see what happens.
I got a name.
You got a name? I'm just going through the standings.
Sheldon Keefe.
Chicago. Sheldon Keefe.
I want to remind you, the Devils are on a brutal past 10 games right now.
5 straight losses. Yeah.
Oh my Atlanta!
They've nosedived. They were at one point first in the Metro. They have nosedived. And I think you guys know my thoughts on Keefe. I don't think he's a very good coach. I think he's just carried by star players. And I'll give some credit here. Jack Hughes is injured.
LeBlanc actually looks correct. I can't believe it. Tim, I can't believe it right now. So they play Ottawa on
Did you see a pig fly? Evan, did you see a pig fly recently? Is that why James is correct?
I get things right.
I know you do. I just had to take that shot at you.
What was the last time besides this? Anyway, yeah, Sheldon Keefe is a real possibility. I don't know though. I feel like fans really want Tom Fitzgerald gone first. I think he might be.
Yeah, I feel like Fitz needs to go before Keefe because he's been there longer. But the easiest move for a GM is to fire the coach.
Yep.
Yeah. Chicago. I'm kind of going through the standings.
I can't see Black. Once again, see anything with foot. If they you can't be hired to fire in the first 40 months, I'd say.
I know, yeah.
If I speak on Blashill, I'm in trouble.
The last time I think we saw a coach get fired, I would say 3 months into his tenure, I think it was Mike Johnston with Pittsburgh. He got fired for Mike Sullivan. They ended up winning the Stanley Cup that year too. So,
yeah, maybe Chicago needs to do that. Ottawa and Travis Green then's up next. I mean, LeBlanc, you can have your opinions there.
He's a domestic terrorist. Figuratively.
Always gotta say
it. Green just. I don't think it's on Green though. I think it's on the players this time because ever since I want to preface this, since Kachuk has come back, they're 1-4. Because certain players think that now he's back, they don't have to do their job anymore. Tim Stewart, excuse me. Yeah, you saw that picture in chat.
Yeah.
Instead of shooting that there, he did a spinorama pass in front of the net when it was wide open. What are we doing? I will say this: Ottawa is pretty injured right now. They're down Pinto, they're down Greg, they're down Shabbat. They're down also Lars Eller. That's 4. Those are 3 key injuries. Lars Eller is a plug and play guy, but he's been very good for Ottawa. Jensen got hurt. Truthfully also got hurt today in practice. So Ottawa's going through the injury bug right now. Because last week Ottawa was in a playoff spot. They're 3 points out of a playoff spot right now. I think Green's been okay this year. I wouldn't say start the year he was he had some questionable decisions, but I feel like as the years gone by he's adapted. So I wouldn't say Green is on the hot seat. If Ottawa drifts more and more out of a playoff spot, I could see the Heat picking up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who is on the hot seat just based off his market. And maybe it's unfair to him, but like I said, because of his market, Craig Berube.
I would agree with you last week, but Toronto's really strung together a couple good wins, but Toronto should be in a playoff spot. That's the main thing about this.
They shouldn't be third last in the East.
In my opinion, I look at Berube the same way LeBlanc looks at Green. The players have not performed to the level that they should be, and some of that maybe is on Berube, some of it's not. Their defense has been absolutely atrocious.
They're also injured on the back end, I feel, right?
Yeah, Taneb's out, Stolars is out. They're scoring goals, but they're not stopping goals.
Well, and now Wall just went back on IR, so you're down to what? Hildeby and who?
They have their AHL tandem up there now.
Hildeby season.
So with Berube, with Arneal, maybe it's not all his fault because they just don't have any goalies. Like, that might be part of it, but still, like...
I just think the players haven't performed good enough.
Yeah.
You guys want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
Hildeby has played 8 games. He's 1-2-2, but he's a .927 in 8 games.
I beg your fucking pardon.
He has one win. He has one win, but has a .927 in 8 games played. Yeah.
I think
buddy.
Florida with Paul Maurice.
Buy him a steak.
Flor-
Jesus Lord.
Florida's safe. Maurice won 2 Stanley Cups. If he gets fired, I will genuinely give you $1,000.
Paul might have a
Please fire him, Zito. Please.
Wait, James, is that just $1,000 for everyone, or is that for both of us?
No. It gets split up if he gets fired. I'm not giving you $1,000.
No, I mean it should be 1K each. What do you mean?
It should be 1K each. I'm just going up the standings. I'll stop here in a couple of more teams. San Jose, Warsofsky probably gets promotion before he gets fired.
Warsofsky's not going.
No, he's no. Yeah. Warsofsky's
that team's playing too well.
He'll get promoted before he gets fired. Like that's what I'm just gonna say. Utah with Torgny, I think is interesting.
I feel like that's where we that's when we see him on the hot seat.
Now, at this point, I see him being fired at the end of the year because Utah's still like contending for a playoff spot unless they really fall off. Like
I would like to remind you who their owner is.
Yes, I know that. They've really struggled here though as of late, and they still haven't fired him.
Ryan Smith goes big game hunting for big game people. Welcome to Utah, Pete DeBoer.
That would be interesting. That would be intriguing. But yeah, I think Torgny's got to be up there on your hot seat list.
Now that you say that, James, I could actually see that, especially knowing who the owner is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Marner to Utah. I could see it. Doesn't mean it's happening. Edmonton with Knobloch, he's safe.
Chuck's not going anywhere.
Listen, if they get rid of Knobloch for someone McDavid doesn't like, McDavid's like, yeah, I'm not resigning.
Fire the goalie coach, honestly. Fire the goalie.
I don't know if you can blame this on the goalie coach. I'll be honest. This is just a goalie.
Yeah, it's a goalie issue.
The goalie coach been there since like fucking 2015, though.
Hang on.
You could use a change. Just saying. Columbus, that's Everson. I think he's safe.
He's safe.
Yeah. Then there's Sheldon Keefe at 17. Yeah. We know.
I will say, if Columbus dips to like bottom 5, I could see Everson getting let go.
Yeah, that's fair. Detroit with McClellan.
I think it's safe.
Todd's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and then there's Jim Hiller, who we talked about, obviously. There is one other team that I do want to mention that is above LA, and that is Montreal with Marty St. Louis. Habs fans don't like to admit it, but whenever their team gets bad, they turn on St. Louis. I do wonder if they do start regressing again, and they have been, but they've strung together some wins since we last talked about them. I do wonder if we could see St. Louis get canned.
This is Montreal. This is Montreal with their emotions when they lose. Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh, that's this is Montreal season right here. Up down, up down, up down, up down.
I don't know how long, it would take for them to can him though.
Like they almost canned him last year. I don't even remember that or not.
That's right.
Yeah, if they kept losing, they would have. But they're not in that situation yet. But it is one thing where you got to keep an eye on it.
Montreal is just vague where they'll win a couple of games in a row, and they'll lose quite a bit of games in a row. They're very inconsistent, and they get on a cold streak, at the worst possible time, St. Louis might not be the guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Back to Edmonton's goalie coach real quick. They just hired the guy.
Oh, I'll just shut up.
He spent 8 years with Chicago as their goaltending development coach.
I'll just shut up then. I thought they had somebody there who has been there for 10 years before. Maybe that was the guy they had prior. All right.
Yeah, I think it was the guy they got. It might have been whatever it was. I just looked it up.
You know what? I'll just stop talking. You know what?
Yeah.
Have it be the block podcast. I'm stunned. Yeah. Are there any teams? So Rick Tocchet, I think, is safe right now. Is there any teams that made the playoffs last year that we didn't talk about that you could see as guys that could be fired?
Listen, I'm going to say this because it might sound crazy, but it's just because it's the organization. Bruce Cassidy.
Vegas isn't there yet.
I know they're not there yet, but this is Vegas we're talking about.
I mean, I don't see it regular
They
season.
would sell they would sell a child to the devil if he had top 6 potential. Like, I'm just saying that right now.
They could. I think
They're not there yet, but like if Vegas goes on a very bad, like, they have a bad month, Cassie might get a little hot.
No.
I don't think it would be during. It won't be during.
It would be during the season. It'd be like at the end of the season.
Because they're on what, a 2 or 3 year stretch of not making it out of the first round.
They've also won 4 games in a row.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen tomorrow.
I don't know, LeBlanc.
Well, no, I was going along with what James said. They've lost what, 2 or 3. They've lost in the first round 2 or 3 years or something.
Yeah,
like
since they won the cup, they haven't won a no, because they won last year.
Yeah, they were in the second round.
They won the second
Oh
round
yeah,
last
that's
year.
right. They lost to Edmonton.
But like they haven't even out of the second round since they won the cup.
But yeah, so to your point, because of who it is, based off playoff success, maybe I could see it, but even then,
It's not happening regular season.
no, it's not going to be a regular season.
You win a cup, and you are pretty much there forever. I'm trying to think, like, probably Craig Berube was the last time, like, a Stanley Cup winning coach was fired.
Trotz.
Fired mid.
That was before Berube, though.
Fired mid season. Yeah, it was.
I mean,
Berube,
well,
I think.
I don't just mean that, but I mean a coach like who won a cup and is no longer with that team. It's Berube. Is the most recent.
What did you say?
Cooper's
Sullivan.
there, Bednar's there, Cassidy's there, Maurice is there.
Sullivan.
Berube. Yeah,
Sullivan
but Berube.
was like 2017 though. It would
Berube
be
won a cup more recently.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. So like I think like Cassidy, like again, like I agree. Like I think
I'm just saying because it's Vegas and Vegas just will do anything to keep.
Yeah. No, like I get what you're saying, but
I mean Brindamore will always be in that discussion.
yeah.
He'll always be in the realm.
Brindamore is a weird case because like Brindamore, like they just even though he just extended, they're like, oh well, they don't get out of that round. He's gone. Every year we have this conversation, and every year it's the same fucking result.
Well, when are we gonna have? When are we gonna realize like maybe they need a new voice in there if they lose in the third round for the 5th year in a row?
You know what? Fuck it. All contracts void. Coaching for agency. Let's go.
Yeah, void the whole team. That might be what they do before they fire him. Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say one guy who might have been on the hot seat coming into the year. Obviously, not even close. His seat is ice cold now. I was going to say Bednar.
Yeah.
Bednar, yeah. I think that was a really big one. I mean, we were not very
like I said,
high.
not anymore. But coming into the year, I think he was probably on his seat was starting to heat up.
I'm gonna say this, and you're probably gonna call me crazy, but if they lose in the first round again, I can see that seat picked right back up.
I don't think that's that crazy.
I thought you were bringing up somebody else.
No,
Bednar.
no.
Yeah.
No, Bednar.
Yeah,
I could like if they don't get out of the first round again, I could see his.
He has to. Like again, like 2022. They won the cup. 2023, they lost in the first round to Seattle. 2024, they lost in the second round to Dallas. This past year, they lost again to Dallas. That was more on the GM though, because why did you trade Mikko Rantanen anyway? But yeah, if they win the President's Trophy and they lose in round one, I could see McFarland doing that to cover his ass.
Yeah,
I would not be shocked. But yeah, we'll see what happens there with that, obviously. So, of the guys we talked about, who is the most likely to be fired right now?
it's the one with this whole rumor started. Still Jim Hiller.
I
think it's still. I still feel like it's Hiller. You give the Kings one really bad stretch, I feel like he's gone.
It feels like Holland has a lot of faith in him.
I'm still gonna say
He did say that he has a lot of faith in his coach.
Ken Holland thinks loyalty's the best thing, and he doesn't know when it's time to move on from people.
You just proved my point.
Vietnam flashback.
Exactly, James.
Like,
You're not wrong.
I look right now, like unless if Pete DeBoer's like there and ready for anybody to ready to go to her team, like I don't really see any coach getting fired right now. I'm not
Hear me out. One
like
day,
tomorrow. I don't see any coach getting fired.
one day Kevin Adams is gonna wake up, figure out the palm trees aren't real, and actually fucking fire his coach.
That's true. That's true.
He's gonna wake up. Someone's gonna throw a piss snowball in his face. Like, you know what? We need to make a change.
Yeah, it's Buffalo.
I could see Utah, but at this point, I'm like, I don't know if like they'll do it mid-season.
Right. Do you remember what we said about Lindy Ruff hire when it happened?
Oh yeah, it was bad.
I think we said, quote, it's a nostalgia hire. So you know what that nostalgia hire needs? A nostalgia firing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I mean, that hiring never made sense at the time, anyways.
Yeah, it didn't really make much sense. The only reason why it made sense was like, oh, the cycle, like the cycle is complete or whatever.
No, if they brought back Lindy Ruff as an assistant, I wouldn't have batted an eye at all.
No, if it was an assistant, nobody would have cared. But because he's the head coach, that's where it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and I don't want to shit on Buffalo as much as they already are shit, but like come on, man. Like, it's what year is it?
2025.
You know what's weird? 20 years ago, he was still the head coach of Buffalo.
Good God.
Almost 30 years now. Yeah, almost 30 years ago, he was the coach of Buffalo.
That is wild. Yeah. All right. So we're coming up on 50 minutes here. We got to move on. So I want to do a prospect check-in. I wanted to look at some of the top guys from the 2026 NHL draft and talk about how they are doing so far this year. So we got 7 players here. I didn't pull up every single guy because that'd take too long. We'll go through more, and we'll obviously do our draft soon. I think that's coming up soon, too. We usually do one in December.
Yes.
So get prepared for that very soon. We got a lot. We're kind of behind on stuff we need to get done. But regardless, we'll ignore that. We'll ignore the fact that we're behind. Gavin McKenna. Let's start out with the big guy first. Out of Penn State University. 16 games played. 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points in Penn State University. Again, as somebody who's a PSU fan myself, he's been a bit underwhelming, but not like terrible. Like he hasn't been terrible. He's still been very good. Not scoring a ton. Again, whether LeBlanc likes to admit it or not, it's an adjustment from one league to another. So that does play a factor here.
Why are you throwing shots at me? I didn't say anything.
Because when we brought up
the last time we had this
NCAA is so different from the WHL.
And I said it was an adjustment period, and you guys shit on me.
Well, no, because you said the WHL was just as hard.
Because it is just as hard.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not bringing up this whole argument. With Penn State, 18 points in 16 games played, are we satisfied or disappointed with McKenna's campaign so far?
Listen, he's over point per game in the NCAA. I think that's fine.
That's kind of what I'm taking with this approach. I'm not going to lie.
I think
he leads the NCAA.
He's one of the top freshman scorers.
I'm just saying, in the WHL, there's no fucking 30-page essays due the next day. I'm just putting it out there.
Do you get degrees in WHL? I know they have a program.
They do. They have the high school program, but once they're out of high school, I think it's very aim.
Yeah, McKenna, I think has been
by freshman, and it won't let me.
Yeah, I think he does lead freshman. The only other guy Verhoff's a freshman, right? And he's not close.
Verhoff's a freshman. Martone is a freshman. Martone's been very, very good.
Verhoff's also a defenseman, so let's keep that into account as well.
Yeah, let's keep that into account. He's the next guy up on my list. But McKenna, I think, has been overall good so far. Not crazy. Is there a real consideration for somebody else to go first overall over him?
I think Ivar Stenberg.
Yeah.
So we will get into him. I made a video on him today, but I do want to go on to Keaton Verhoff first. Out of North Dakota, 16 games played, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. I think he's been good. Again, defenseman, putting up good numbers. Again, Verhoff has been an exciting guy. I think he's definitely the best defenseman in this draft, by a mile. So, Yeah, I think he's been good. Tim, you can speak more on that if you'd like.
Yeah, Verhoff has been. I've been impressed with what I've seen out of him. Granted, I didn't know much of his game while playing in the WHL because I just haven't watched it a lot. But watching North Dakota a lot, Verhoff and Reshny have stood out as like two of their best guys, and those two have really turned that program around a little bit because North Dakota, it's always this team. It's like, when are they, just like, similar to Duluth? It's always, when are they going to go back to what they were? And they're finally back to what they were, what they used to be, where it's a consistent top 10 team. And yeah, Verhoff, he's been steady Eddie on the back end for him, providing offense. Just a good leader for him, which you weren't really expecting out of it coming into the year because he was a new guy, but he's been really good for North Dakota. I've been impressed by him.
Yeah, I like Verhoff. He's been fun to watch. Moving on to LeBlanc's guy here, Ivar Stenberg. 25 games played in the SHL, 6 goals, 18 assists for 24 points with Frölunda HC. So I do have a stat here I want to pull up. I'm going to compare him to Leo Carlson real quick. So this is Leo Carlson's stats before the World Juniors back in 2023. Had 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points in 25 games played. Stenberg, 6 goals, 18 assists, 24 points in 25 games played before the World Juniors. So I'm not saying that Stenberg is better because Carlson's a center and Stenberg's a winger. But maybe. Those are pretty good numbers.
They're very good numbers. And I think that Stenberg is doing that. He's almost over point per game in the with Frölunda.
In the SHL.
In the SHL.
I think it's pretty safe to say that that's a better league than NCAA.
I would agree. I think that you're playing against grown men. I think that's the main point here. Stenberg, I'm gonna say this, you might catch some flack for it. I think Stenberg is generational.
Really?
I feel like he's on McKenna's level.
I think he's right there. I think he might be better than Verhoff. I'm not gonna lie. Just saying.
Like I think it's McKenna, Stenberg in that one tier, and the tier two you look at guys like Verhoff, like Belchek, Chase Reed. Chase Reed would be there as well.
I'll tell you one guy who might go higher than he should. Maybe he should simply because of positional value, and I've seen him a lot because of where he's playing juniors. Tynan Lawrence is a dude.
So I got Lawrence here up next in my prospect check-in. 7 games played with Muskegon, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. Fun fact, did you guys know there's another Hudson brother playing with him? There's a fourth Hudson.
There's another.
I didn't know that.
Lord.
Hudson video.
I thought we were done after Cole.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's with Lawrence there. Anyway, that's not my.
Stop producing.
I did want to bring that up. But Lawrence, 7 games played, 13 points. He's looking pretty damn good right now.
He's only played 7 games because he was injured to start the year. But you look back at the playoffs last year, he was the playoff MVP for Muskegon when they won their first USHL title. He was one of the biggest reasons why they won the USHL playoffs last year. He's going to be very good, and I could see him getting drafted a lot higher than a lot of people should, simply because after him, who's the next best center?
I was going to say this, I'm looking at this, we talk about this draft class being generational. There is even McKenna is a questionable, he might be a winger at the next level. I don't think he could be.
He's been playing winger primarily.
He's not playing center at Penn State
right now. Yeah, no, I think he's a winger at the NHL level, so you're looking at, there is no token number 1 center in this draft. The other it's Tynan Lawrence, and then it's Oliver Savanto, the Finnish prospect there. It's those two. Yeah, only one I forget is maybe Caleb Malhotra, but there is no the center depth in this draft is not very high. So I can see centers going higher than they should.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I think Lawrence should he bump into the top 3? Probably not. I feel like there's that tier above him, like Verhoff. I feel like is closer to that tier of Stenberg and McKenna. But Tynan Lawrence could get into that like top 3 discussion simply because he's a center.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this right now. This draft, and this is from my takes, because I do the draft, kind of the prospect previews, not preview, I do prospect analysis on this podcast, but its draft feels a lot like the 2023 draft, where if you need a defenseman, there's going to be a lot of defensemen you can choose from.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at this. Look at this. Bedard, like McKenna's Bedard. Stenberg is say his name. Leo.
Carlos Leo.
You could argue that Verhoff is probably on a Fantilli type level. But then you look at
But Fantilli's not a defenseman.
I know. I'm saying
I
know
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then. But then you look at, remember how we had that run of defensemen? Was it that 23 or was that 20? Or am I tripping on there? Or was that 24?
No, it was
24.
24, yeah, 24.
That was like Sam Dickinson, Zeev Boyum.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read you the top defensemen in this draft. According to me, Verhoff, Pippa Reinen, Carson Carols, Albert Schmitz, Daxton Rudolph, Xavier Villeneuve. And I think I had one more down. And Mate Gustafson.
I'm going to add another one because you missed him, and I am...
Chase Reed. Chase Reed.
Yeah, I'm slightly biased towards this guy.
I totally missed Chase Reed there. Yeah, Verhoff, Pippa Reinen, Chase Reed, Carson Carols. Those are 4 defensemen that are going to go in the top 10.
Yeah. Highlighting, we'll go to Reed next. I do have him on my list here. 28 games played with the Sioux, 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points. Again, very dynamic.
One of these guys, baby. He's going there next year.
MSU committee, 6'2" as well. So that's pretty. He's got the size to him there, and he's been very dynamic.
He had a hat trick the other night, did he not?
Yeah, he did. Ethan Belshitz as well. I think I'm saying that right. 27 games played, 17 goals, 12 assists, 29 points with Windsor. I'm sure our friend Trevor is very happy about that. But Belshitz, dynamic winger. I'd say he's probably the 3rd or 4th best winger in this draft, depending on where you look at this. He's a winger, right?
Yeah, he's a winger.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no center. There's not a token center in this draft. And Belchet, I think Belchet could be a center at the next level, but I'd stick with him at winger for now.
6'5". He's 6', the guy's tall.
Yeah.
And then my last guy I have here on here is Ryan Lynn, who has 28 games played, 5 goals, 28 assists, 33 points with Vancouver. Again, I didn't highlight everybody. There's a lot of other different players that you could really look at here. Again, there's Villeneuve, there's Rudolph, there's Bjork. There's a lot of guys in this class that are looking really, really good. And we're only just specking the surface on this. I really want to go really in depth with our draft coverage this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun having no pick.
Yeah, you could just,
Hey,
I'm sure.
I mean, for all we know, things could change.
Listen, I'm going to be so pissed if Ottawa's pick is the McKenna pick, and then Gary's like, no, I'm not going to give it back. Fuck you.
That'd be hilarious.
As a division rival, I'm not going to lie, I'm here for that.
Oh my God, the crash out would be insane. It'd be
There's another reason. The content for this podcast would be legendary.
It just be me having a Frank the Tank level crash out. Like
we would record that night. Like
we would record right after the lottery.
The block, get on right now. Get on right the fuck now. I'm not. No. I don't care if you're pissed. Get on. I don't care if you're pissed.
Get on now.
So that being said, then those are all the prospects we wanted to check in on. Again, we're going to do a draft soon. We have a lot to do. Like, we want to do Olympic stuff. We got so much we got to get done.
But it's Christmas.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's Christmas. So, moving on.
Not yet. It's not.
Yeah, we're talking a lot about guys in the NCAA. So let's transition over to Tim's NCAA Corner. Tim, what is the College World looking like right now?
Well, I can semi-sleep peacefully after this weekend. I can say that. It didn't turn out horribly. The game, Michigan and Michigan State, that series, I expected a sweep. Not in the way that it happened. I was not expecting both teams to lose the game at home.
That was kind of interesting.
Was it a home and a home?
It was a home and home.
Michigan State always does a home. So Michigan State's kind of weird. One team gets 2 home games. The other team gets 1 home game a year. And then there's a 4th game.
It's at LCA, right?
Yes. And the 4th game sells so many more tickets.
Probably instantly, right?
Oh, yeah. Luckily, I already have my tickets bought for it.
Good man.
I'm going with the guys I coach with. But we went last year. Last year was a lot of fun. State routed Michigan. It was like 6-1. But yeah, this weekend, especially Friday night, I don't know what it was, but Michigan State just looked awful. They couldn't make a pass to save their life. Just sloppy everywhere.
Yeah, I saw that first goal.
I'll give Michigan credit. Part of the reason they were sloppy and couldn't connect a pass to save their life is because Michigan was forcing them every time they had the puck. You would like a Spartan would look up and boom, there's like 2 Wolverines in your face. There was no room for us to move. They just didn't play well in game 1. Then game 2 started off the same. You give up a goal in the first, and I'm like, and immediately I'm just thinking, oh boy, here we go again. And then you get the luckiest bounce from behind the goal line off Ivan Kovic's back. And then the third, we get to the third, and State played probably their best period all weekend, which is what gave them the win. Yeah, it was just a good weekend. We had a big sweep. This kind of goes into a little bit of my top 10. I'll give you the top 5, but Maine is no longer there. I've been really high on them all year. And then
New Hampshire.
Yeah, they got swept. New Hampshire went into Maine and just swept them. So that was a big shock.
You know what? Hell yeah.
I also want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout. I did it last episode, but I still want to give the shout out. I want to shout out Dartmouth. They're 10-0.
That's insane, man.
Ivy League school playing their butts off. I love it. So yeah, going top 5 going into this week. We got Michigan, begrudgingly still at number 1. Michigan State at 2. Wisconsin is at 3. They handled their business against Ohio State this weekend. Denver's at 4. Switching back positions with Minnesota Duluth, who's at 5. Duluth split the weekend with Western, who jumps up to number 6.
Good man. Good man. Those are good
rankings. And college hockey now takes a break because of what everyone around the holidays loves, World Juniors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Can't wait.
Now we get a college hockey break for World Juniors. Everybody's going to just go off to their respective countries. I think Michigan and Michigan State alone had like 10 players at least that were going.
Is this the last NCAA Corner of 2025?
No. Because there's always a holiday tournament at the end of the year there's like 3 or 4 holiday tournaments. There's one in Michigan I will be probably at both days for, which is going to be 4 games, so I'll probably be at all 4 games for it.
Yeah. We got to start talking about the World Juniors pretty soon, so that'll be next episode's discussion. We're planning ahead so much.
We're being so productive mid-episode. I love it.
We're making so much moves mid-episode. All right, so let's move on then to the hot topics around sports. I know you guys wanted to get into college football, but I do want to start off with this. There will be a new AFC West champion this year, and it's not Kansas City.
Thank God.
Honestly, that's so weird. It's so weird to say.
Thank God.
Like, fuck you, Jack.
Okay.
Out of nowhere, but yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up. I will have one more thing for you guys, but I know you guys want to talk about the college football stuff. I don't know a lot about it, so I'm kind of just going to sit back and just kind of listen to you guys and watch this game in front of me.
All right.
So repeat of last episode, James. Let's go.
All right. So I didn't have my final bracket when we did this. We had the bracket. So I want to make it very clear. I do my bracket the way I think the committee is going to do it. I don't do it what I think. Because if I did what I think, I've been told that, quote, it ain't right. So I just go by the way the committee does it. Because I feel like the committee has hold certain teams on a pedestal than others. Now, this one, I did not see coming.
Do you want me to pull up your bracket?
Yes.
I got it right here.
Okay.
No, I have a picture of the actual bracket, actually.
Here, so I'll pull up this bracket. I'll show you your projected bracket if you want to go through it real quick.
For sure. So, I did this late last night. I was a few pitchers in, but
I mean, just you. Hey, I helped with this. You and I did this. This is collaborative.
No. I texted Tim like, I get this done right now. I need you to help me. So this is my.
You really did.
This is my predicted bracket. I'm just gonna go through my bracket real quick. Then I'm gonna do for the actual bracket. Indiana won. Indiana. I think I've had Indiana at 1 for we had them at 1 almost all year now. I thought
especially for like every college football bracket.
Yeah, I thought they were better than Ohio State going in. I thought they were, and I think they proved that they were the better team that night. I had Texas Tech at 2 because I feel like Texas Tech proved to everyone like they blew out BYU in the season. Then they blew out BYU in the championship game. So when you can it's hard to beat an opponent twice. I feel like Tech's been money all year. They had a fluke game at Arizona State. You're allowed to lose one game. One game to be considered in this tier here. So Tech got their shitty loss, and then they dominated all year. I had Georgia at 3. The Dogs proved that they belong. Chance of the SEC. They got Alabama. They got Alabama good. And Atlanta's not a neutral site game. Boo-hoo. They lost in Athens. What's your point?
Yeah, that's a good rebuttal.
Yeah.
Yes. By the way, I have the actual bracket.
Okay, perfect. Ohio State at 4. Obviously, Ohio State's been very good all year. I thought the community was going to punish them a little harder than I anticipated. Quickly rounding out, 5 Oregon. That's where they are in the actual bracket. 6 Ole Miss. That's where they actually are. 7 Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is 1 lower.
Oklahoma's 8. Yeah.
Oklahoma's 8. So yeah. I had A&M at 8. I had Notre Dame at 9 because I felt like the committee was going to it's the way it is. Just going in, if they were going to have Miami over Notre Dame, I think they would have had them the past couple weeks in the actual bracket. But no, we
didn't think they were going to have the balls to actually.
Yeah, I didn't think they had the balls to switch
everything around.
I thought Bama was going to be in. I wanted to put Miami here so bad. I thought you can't really punish Alabama for losing their conference championship game, though they did get routed. That's the one thing I will say. And Alabama also has a very bad loss to a bad Florida State team. And then 11 and 12 are the 2 highest conference champions, which are Tulane from the ACC.
The American,
and the
American Athletic Conference, and then JMU out of the Sun Belt.
Yeah. Isn't the American the AAC, though?
Yes, the AAC.
I thought I said ACC, didn't I? So yeah, and now let's pull up the real bracket.
So that was the shared bracket. This is the actual one, right? This is the actual one.
Yes, that's the real one.
All right.
And the biggest thing with this, it kind of like what took everybody by surprise was the committee actually had the stones to take Miami, put them in, and take Notre Dame out.
And I'm going to say my piece here. I think they put Miami in for a couple reasons. Number one, they beat Notre Dame in week 1. And you can say, oh, it's week 1. Listen, a loss is a loss, and you lost. I also feel like...
A loss is a loss, and you lost. Yeah.
And also, I feel like if they didn't have a team from the ACC in the playoff, that conference was going to crumble like a cookie. People would start leaving. And I feel like to avoid that, they put Miami in. This is Alabama at 9. I don't agree with at all.
So, like, that was the thing here. What I think the other thing they did by not moving Alabama, without moving Alabama from 9, it forced them to drop. They only dropped it was BYU, Notre Dame, and Miami. So you drop BYU out. And that puts Miami, Notre Dame right next to each other. And when you go right next to each other, based on resumes looked identical, everything looked identical with them. Mm-hmm. And then it came down to the one thing that we all talked about, head-to-head. And the committee did it. They said head-to-head actually mattered.
I find it hilarious that Miami and A&M are facing off. Those are 2 of Notre Dame's losses.
Those are their 2 losses.
Yeah, those are the 2 losses right there. They're both playing each other, which I just find that funny.
I think another thing with this, by having Miami go in, I think it was a statement from the committee to Notre Dame saying, if you want to be in, join a
conference. Yeah, so I don't know. So Evan, I'm just like this. Notre Dame has been independent in football for years and refused to join a conference because they're very proud of their independence from any conference.
When they joined the conference was the COVID year.
So I'm going to pull the hockey thing out of this. Is this like when the Chicago Wolves went independent? Kind of. But I will say
no, it's different.
It's different. I'm gonna say
I get what you mean. Like they refuse. Like it'd be like, for example, if the Toronto Maple Leafs just decided to be independent and not be in the Atlantic.
So let's say for example the Atlantic is a conference. Just to say that for football they would play each other every once a year. That would be the thing. But let's say for example Utah is independent. So Utah schedules their own games. How they feel like it.
Notre Dame does?
Yes, that's what Notre Dame does.
Notre Dame schedules their own games.
Yeah, sorry
they do
guys.
not have a quote-unquote conference schedule like how Penn State, Michigan State are in the Big Ten, and there's all these teams in like all these other conferences. Notre Dame does not belong to a conference.
So Notre Dame has no conference games. They can move. So Notre Dame can move their schedule around as freely as they want.
Yeah, they can do whatever the hell they want.
What a bunch of losers.
Now let's go to the backlash from Notre Dame. Notre Dame is refusing to play in their bowl game, which I think is a little baby bitch move. But they got one of the bigger. Like here's the thing: you have the playoff games, and you have the other bowl games. Now with this playoff, I don't think bowl games are as significant as they used to be. But they're refusing to play in their bowl game, which also is revenue for the university. It's revenue for just everyone.
You didn't get selected in this? Fucking cry about it. Holy shit.
So
really? Here's the worst part. They declined the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah, the Pop-Tart Bowl.
The Pop-Tart Bowl, the best bowl. And they said, nah, we're gonna have a full diaper. We're not gonna play. And yeah.
We're gonna be salty. How dare what a bunch of fucking losers.
So
exactly.
I feel like here's what's gonna happen. Now this isn't
not only that, let me talk.
For sure.
Not only that, because these players, some of these guys are like seniors playing in their last year. And like, yeah, I'm sure they're frustrated they didn't get selected to the conference, but I don't know if like you're gonna take away that last experience for them because you didn't get selected. What a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm gonna say this. I think this is a prediction. I don't predict the future, but I think Notre Dame is seriously going to look at themselves in the mirror and say, we need to join a conference. And Tim, what conference are they going to go to? I think I know where they're going to go.
I know which one I'd want them to go to, and that's not going to be the one I'd want them to go to. I want them to go to the Big Ten.
Yeah, they'll be in the Big Ten.
They'll go to the ACC.
But the ACC is already falling apart as it is.
Well, exactly. You go to the conference where you have the easiest chance of winning a conference title.
That's true.
They're not going to go to the Big Ten, who has Ohio State, Penn State, or okay, take out Penn State. Sorry, Evan, but Ohio State, Indiana. God, I imagine saying that 10 years ago. Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, like USC. Those three alone. As much as I don't want to say it, Michigan, USC, like all
Washington,
these big brands, all these really good teams. They're not going to go there. Whereas the ACC barely, who doesn't even know how to put a conference title together. Yeah. I don't want to get to that mess.
That's a whole different fucking can of worms.
They're going to go to the conference that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Take their best chance of making the playoff every year, and for them, that would be going to the ACC.
Yeah. The only thing about this bracket that I'm disappointed about, I'm really disappointed that Virginia lost. Because
that gives us the fun of the 2 group of 5 teams.
Yes, I get that, but like if Virginia won, there is no Miami.
Yeah, that's true.
Virginia won, there is no Miami, and
Notre Dame gets in, and all of Miami is crying. AKA Bartner is crying and not happy.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I like this. I think the committee got it right. I think Ohio.
They 100% got it right.
I think Ohio State should have been punished a bit more for losing to Indiana. I get it was a 1-score game. I get they were undefeated all year.
It was a 1-score game. It was 1 versus 2. You couldn't. There's not much punishing you could have done to Ohio State.
I still think Ohio State would have gotten by, but I had them at 4 because I feel like the dog. I feel like now looking back, I probably put the Dogs above Ohio State, and that's probably about it.
Well, you had Texas Tech at 2.
I know, and looking back, I'm like, it was also really late just to get there. Like, damn.
Yeah, this is true. I'll be honest. I didn't look at the top 4. I saw. Yep. Those 14 are good.
No, all my brackets get approved by Tim before I send them. My brackets.
I know more ball than James. Let it be known.
Yeah. I feel like Alabama should have been punished a bit more, but other than that, I feel like this bracket we got some good matchups in there though. Like,
we got two. You get 2 regular season rematches. You got Oklahoma, Alabama. That was a rematch. That was Alabama's most recent loss before the conference title game. And then you get Tulane, Ole Miss, which honestly, if we're talking about upsets, that might be my pick.
Yeah, and then,
only because of all the uncertainty with all the uncertainty and all the Lane Kiffin drama.
We didn't even talk about Lane Kiffin, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, we did last week. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And then Miami going to College Station to play A&M. That'll be a
really good game.
The only game I'm not looking forward to is Oregon against James Madison.
That's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I think the biggest thing last year is that last year's bracket we had so many blowouts in the first.
Yeah, the first round was blowout after blowout. I don't think we're going to get that this year.
Yeah.
We're going to get a lot of really good games.
Yeah. And then I'm going to ask you this, Tim, right now. Who would you say is your favorite to win the Natty?
Evan, can you pull the bracket back up? Just because looking at it will be easier than trying to think of it.
I got mine in front of me, so
yeah, I'll have to. Okay, yeah, like as much as I want to say Indiana might have the toughest path.
That's a tough draw for Indiana.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. I think Ohio State goes back to back. Their path looks so easy.
I really like the Dogs here.
I think them. Granted, I have doubted Kurt Signetti in Indiana at every turn. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Matthew Simpson, who goes to IU. He was at the Big Ten title game. I'm going with the Hoosiers.
I'm gonna take Georgia. I think Georgia's firing on all cylinders, and if they play Ole Miss or Tulane, I think they're still gonna beat whoever comes out of there.
If they play Tulane,
they're kicking belt ass. I think Georgia. Exactly. I think Georgia's not Texas. Georgia knows how to play ball.
Yeah,
I think Georgia would kick the piss out of Ohio State, and I'm not even gonna.
I think the best part. If I'm going semifinal predictions for back-to-back years, we have 3 Big Ten teams in the. Or wait, no, I don't think we had. Did we have 3 in the conference semis?
The semi, no, because Oregon lost to Ohio State, so that's it. It was Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Penn State.
It was Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Did they play Georgia last year?
Yeah, they played Georgia. Yeah.
I think we could have 3 Big Ten.
No, because Notre Dame beat Georgia.
Yeah, they did. So
who's that last team?
It was Ohio State, Notre Dame. Who did Ohio State play?
I'm trying to think right now. No, because they lost to Penn State.
It's whoever Ohio State played.
I'm looking this up because I am not sitting here waiting to talk.
Man, watching you guys struggle is so much fun. Can I give my prediction?
Yes, Texas.
Yes, it was Texas. That's right.
Yes, I want to hear Evan's prediction.
I want to hear this.
You guys know I love to go off the board. Love to go with the underdogs. James Madison University is winning the Natty. They're going to beat Oregon.
Yeah, from Barstool would be very proud of you, young man.
No, if I'm being for real, I think Georgia probably wins.
Yeah, as Tim knows, do I like Georgia?
Hell no.
Yeah, no, I don't like Georgia, but I think Georgia's got the best chance. My family does cheer for Georgia, so I don't hate them as much as I say I hate them. But I still don't like it.
I also say all this. I'm not giving Texas Tech enough. Nobody's talking.
No one's getting Tech enough credit.
They really should.
You know
Texas
what?
Tech
I'll
deserves a
go
lot
with
more credit
Texas
than they
Tech,
should.
just so somebody gives me
Yeah.
the negative college football fans giving
Yeah.
you credit.
So I'm just I'm gonna do this quickly because this is my just like we're just talking here. I'm gonna go through quickly like rapid fire my bracket predictions. Not my final one, just like off rip. I got Oregon over JMU. I got Bama over Oklahoma. I'm gonna take Ole Miss over Tulane. I'm gonna take A&M over Miami. Yeah, no fun. Boo hoo. Suck it up. I'm gonna take Oregon. I'm gonna take Tech over Oregon. Excuse me. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna take Bama over Indiana. I'm gonna take Georgia over Ole Miss, and I'm gonna take Ohio State over A&M. Georgia over Ohio State. I'm gonna take Bama over Tech, and then I'm gonna take Georgia over Bama in the final there.
You SEC homer.
Hey, listen. I would love to see. Here's the thing. I would love to see any team that's not Ohio State or Alabama win this.
Yeah, I'll go through mine real quick. I think I got Oregon beating JMU. I don't think that one's going to be close. Bama, Oklahoma is probably the biggest toss up for me. I think I might lean the Sooners because it's in Norman.
It is in Norman.
I think Tulane's going to be my one upset pick. I'm going to roll with the Green Wave.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go with A&M. So then the second round, I've got Texas Tech beating Oregon, Indiana beating Oklahoma, Georgia's going to wipe the floor with Tulane, and then Ohio State is going to beat A&M. Even more boring than James, I got the top 4 seeds moving on, which none of them moved on last year. I got to point that out.
That's the one thing I want. That's the one thing that was weird about. Like, we're like, oh, it's going to be Oregon and Texas. Don't worry about it.
Nope. And then I got Indiana beating Texas Tech. And then I do have Georgia beating Ohio State. But give me Indiana to win their first national title. Right. As Kirk Signetti said, I win. Google me.
Yeah, I don't want Bama to beat Indiana, but I feel like in a neutral site, Bama might dominate.
Yeah, and that's I think the other thing with it, it's also important to see where like these neutral site games are played. But like that's all a bunch of stuff that we don't need to get into.
So Evan, I don't know. So I'm just gonna tell Evan this. So the first round here, all the higher seeds have home advantage, and then
the 5-12, the 8-9, the 6-11, and the 7-10 are all like at their college campus.
And then when you get to the next games are all at neutral sites.
They're all at all the big bowl games that used to be because it used to be just all bowl games, and the college playoff final. It's those big bowl games that have all the quarters and the semis.
Yeah, but at the end here, we're happy with the bracket. Notre Dame, suck it.
Yep. All this talk when JMU is just going to sweep. All this talk when JMU.
Hey, if that happens, Evan, I will give you $500.
Yo, I'm pulling for JMU now. I'm pulling for JMU.
If JMU wins the Natty, I will personally give you $500.
I second that. I will also give you $500.
Evan, you get $1,000 twice out of this thing. Just on this one episode,
if Florida fires their coach and JMU wins, I get like $1,000.
Bro, Evan's pulling the biggest live parlay on.
He really is.
Let's do it. All right, so I do have one more thing before we got to wrap up. Do you guys know what else happened this past weekend?
No.
I got 2 words. I got 2 words for you. World Cup.
Yeah, the draw happened.
I forgot about that.
So, do you guys want to talk about this a little bit? What are your thoughts on the drawing?
So, I'm going to speak on my behalf for group number B.
Number B.
I think Canada got a pretty good draw. I'm not going to lie. I feel like Canada can beat Qatar. I think they can tie with Switzerland. I think they're going to get the floor right with them with Italy. And if it's not Italy, they're going to win the game. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I think Canada got a pretty favorable draw. especially with. It's weird though. They're playing games in Vancouver and Toronto. It's a long ass flight.
That is a long ass flight.
I really like the U.S. has a really good draw. I feel like this is probably one of the best draws the U.S. could have gotten.
Yeah. You have Paraguay and Australia. Yeah.
Hey, there's a fourth team in there. We don't know what that fourth team's going to be, but still, yeah, we got a really good draw. I really like the draw we got. I think I wouldn't be shocked if this team gets to the round of 16, and then once you get there, all hell will break loose.
Don't you
just get to there? The U.S. just get to there, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Don't you love it how easy they made the group for the defending champ Argentina? Look at this cakewalk. Look,
What is that?
Jordan, Algeria, and Austria.
What is that?
Like that is like they might win every game by 3 goals.
I mean, I would say France got a good draw, but no, they didn't. They got Norway.
Yeah, no, France. That's the group of death right there. You got France, Senegal is no slouch, and then you got Norway, who has Holland. And I have no idea who the
Norway's an underrated team.
I have no idea who the 4 team's going to be. Like I have no idea who it's going to be because usually it's like this, or this. I know for Canada's group, it's either Italy, Wales, or Northern Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Who is the most inferior country on this list?
We're really going to go there.
Yes, we are.
You're asking the wrong people. Neither of us.
I can't see shit. Can you zoom in on that? Not see shit. Thank you.
How about now?
There we go. That's better.
There we go.
How about now?
Okay, I've got my answer already.
I have my answer, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be murdered. So I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Screw that. I'll say it. Cote d'Ivoire. Where the hell is that?
That's in Africa, Tim.
That's a really good question.
Give me Haiti.
That's actually not a bad pick either.
Haiti's the worst one. All right. $5 on him.
I'm looking at these groups.
Damn you, Haiti, and Paul Maurice being fired.
Like now that we have these, I have these up close. Like Brazil, Morocco, Haiti might not win a game. Like,
dude, look at Group L. England,
Croatia, oh my God, Panama's gonna get killed.
That's a group.
Panama's in the right group, the L group.
Yeah,
they'll fucking take L's.
They're just gonna hold it.
Portugal, Colombia, poor Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Panama.
I mean,
no. I want to change my answer. Where the fuck is Cabo Verde? Group H. Where the fuck is that?
That's a great question. You want to wait?
Cabo
Verde.
That's a good question too. Cabo Verde and Cote d'Ivoire.
Yo, look at this place.
Oh, Coach Ivory, Tim. That's Ivory Coast.
Oh, that's Coach Ivory.
That's Ivory Coast. And then they have one there named Caraco, which is actually one of the.
I'm stupid. This is why you don't have me try to pronounce countries.
It's just Ivory Coast. Where?
Okay. That makes more sense.
What a beautiful country.
Where is this?
It's a country in Africa.
Open maps. It's
a beautiful place.
Zoom out. Oh my God.
It's like in the middle of the
coast. Oh God.
Wait, I have a question. Wait, why did? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. No. I want to look up what their best player is, and that's going to be the title of the episode. Cabo Verde soccer team best player. Okay, Ryan Mendez.
Wish I could see what they're.
Canadian.
I've never heard of this guy.
Also, Evan, I saw. Look up Caraco, where that is.
Curacao.
It's pronounced Caraco. It's
Curacao.
It's pronounced Caraco.
Probably Africa.
Curaçao's in the
Caribbean.
Yeah, it's in the Caribbean. And James, it's Curacao, not Curaçao.
Look at that sunken ship.
Curacao is.
Tim,
Curaçao's in the Caribbean. It's a really nice country.
Wow. There's a lot of titles I can name this episode.
Yeah, there really is.
Well, enough, Tim. We almost went to Curacao.
We did. Well, we almost would have been going there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
James, another flashback, another downside of this whole Olympic stuff. What are we going to watch on the boat?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good question.
That is a
What
good
are we-
question.
Fuck it, bobsled.
Actually, you guys might be going away at the best time because if there's just no like Olympics, I might just not record MVP for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Might
so
wear
there's
a
an
mouth
upside to
reaction.
this too, James.
It won't just be It won't just be another Nordcast. It'll just be nothing. All right, we got to wrap here.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 a.m. here for us.
God, it is.
That'll
too.
do it for this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. This turned into a way more satire episode at the end than we thought it was going to become. But thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
Ciao.
How do you say that in Capo Verde language?
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. To know if I do, I just do what I do. Check. That's the intro. See that? Yeah. I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Yo, check. Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need an omen or sign. Providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. Be getting it, my skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Me now. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it, it's mine. I'm selfish. Yo, will tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. No yes men, I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks cause after that I bless them. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do.